The stage was set, the lights burned bright, and the audience inside the grand auditorium of America's Got Talent 2025 buzzed with anticipation. The evening had already seen laughter, tears, and surprises, but no one could have predicted the emotional and unforgettable moment about to unfold. A quiet young man from Quezon City, Philippines, was about to change his life forever. His name was Rafael Santiago. Rafael had grown up in a small home in one of the busiest neighborhoods of Quezon City. His father was a jeepney driver, and his mother worked long hours at a local eatery. Money was scarce, and luxuries like music lessons were out of reach. Yet, Rafael always carried a deep passion for singing. His voice became his escape, a way to drown out the noise of the bustling streets, the weight of poverty, and the many nights when his family wondered if there would be enough rice for dinner. What Rafael lacked in resources, he made up for in determination. He would sing in the bathroom, practice in the alleys, and hum lullabies to his younger sister when the electric bill went unpaid and their home lay in darkness. Singing was more than a hobby, it was survival. When AGT auditions came to Manila for international selections, Rafael hesitated. The idea of competing on the world's biggest stage seemed impossible, but it was his younger sister, Clara, who looked him in the eyes and said, "Kuya, maybe your voice can feed us. Maybe your song can be our future." With borrowed money for the application and a prayer whispered into the Manila night, Rafael took the chance. Weeks later, to his disbelief, he received the call. He was invited to perform live in Los Angeles for America's Got Talent 2025. Now, as he walked onto the enormous AGT stage, the weight of his family's hopes traveled with him. His hands trembled slightly as he gripped the microphone. The audience cheered politely, curious about the boy with the shy smile and humble stance. Simon Cowell leaned forward, his familiar skeptical expression cutting through the lights. "Hello there," Simon said, his voice carrying that mix of warmth and bluntness he was known for. "Tell us your name and where you're from." "My name is Rafael Santiago," he replied, his Filipino accent clear but his English steady. "I come from Quezon City, Philippines." The crowd responded with applause, and Heidi Klum smiled warmly. "Welcome, Rafael. What are you going to sing for us tonight?" Rafael took a deep breath. "I wrote this song myself. It's called City of Dreams. It's about where I come from, about hope, and about never giving up." Simon raised an eyebrow. A self-written song? That was risky. Many contestants tried to perform originals, but few managed to leave a lasting impact. Still, something in Rafael's voice carried sincerity, and the judges leaned in with interest. The music began, gentle guitar chords, soft piano, a rhythm that echoed both modern pop and heartfelt ballad. Then Rafael sang. The first note soared into the air, pure and powerful, carrying with it years of longing, struggle, and faith. His voice was rich, textured, and laced with emotion that couldn't be taught in any music school. It was the voice of someone who had lived every word he sang. "In the noise of the city, I found my song. Through the shadows of nights, I kept holding on. Though the streets are unkind, they whispered to me. One day you'll fly, one day you'll see." The audience grew silent. Some leaned forward, captured by the raw honesty of his lyrics. His song painted pictures. Narrow alleys lit by flickering bulbs, crowded markets filled with voices, and a boy standing on a rooftop, dreaming of something greater. By the chorus, Rafael's voice had risen with power. "This is my city of dreams, where hope learns to fight, where the smallest of sparks can outshine the night. From the ashes I'll rise, from the shadows I'll sing. Quezon taught me to dream, now I'll show you my wings." Gasps echoed across the auditorium. Some audience members clutched their chests, others had tears welling in their eyes. The sincerity in his delivery was undeniable. He wasn't just performing, he was reliving every hardship, every dream, every promise he made to his family back home. Halfway through, his voice cracked, not from weakness but from the sheer emotion flooding his soul. The camera cut to Simon Cowell, whose face, usually unreadable, now showed something rare, astonishment. His eyes glistened, though he blinked quickly, unwilling to betray too much. As the song swelled to its final verse, the theater felt suspended in time. For the children who wonder, for the mothers who pray, for the fathers who labor, for the dreams that won't fade. This voice is my lantern, my heart is the flame. I'll carry my people, they'll remember my name. The final note rang out, long and unwavering, filling the entire space with resonance. When it ended, silence lingered, a silence so heavy, it was almost holy. Then, All at once, the audience erupted. Thunderous applause shook the hall, cheers echoed like waves, and people rose to their feet in a standing ovation. Rafael lowered the microphone, tears slipping down his cheeks. He covered his mouth, overwhelmed, as he bowed his head in gratitude. Heidi Klum stood first, clapping above her head. That was unbelievable, Rafael. You sang with so much heart, and your song is so beautiful, it touched everyone here tonight. Sofia Vergara leaned forward with her trademark enthusiasm. I love you, your voice, your story, your song, it's like we were transported into your world. It was magic. Howie Mandel nodded seriously. I've been on this show a long time, and every once in a while, someone walks on stage and reminds us what this is all about. You didn't just sing, you gave us your soul. That was world class. Then, all eyes turned to Simon. He sat still for a moment, arms crossed, as if weighing his words carefully. Finally, he leaned into his microphone. Rafael, Simon said, his voice unusually soft, I've heard thousands of auditions over the years. I've heard singers with perfect technique, singers with extraordinary training. But what you did just now, what I just witnessed, was something entirely different. Rafael swallowed hard, his heart pounding in his chest. Simon continued, his tone growing firm, that song, City of Dreams, it's not just good. It's a guaranteed hit. I'm telling you right now, if that song were released tomorrow, it would top the charts. And your voice, you have the kind of voice people remember for a lifetime. You are not just a contestant, you are an artist. The crowd erupted again, chanting Rafael's name. Some even shouted, Golden Buzzer. Golden Buzzer. Simon glanced at his fellow judges, then looked back at Rafael. Slowly, with a rare smile spreading across his face, he stood and slammed his hand onto the golden buzzer. Golden confetti exploded from above, raining down on Rafael as the music swelled. The Filipino singer fell to his knees, covering his face, as tears streamed freely. The crowd roared, the judges clapped, and Simon himself walked up to shake Rafael's hand. This, Simon said, standing beside him, is why we do this show. To find voices like yours. Backstage, as Rafael reunited with his sister and parents, who had been flown in secretly by the show, tears and laughter filled the air. Clara hugged her brother tightly, whispering, You did it, Kuya. You did it for us. For the rest of the season, Rafael's name became one of the most talked about in AGT history. His audition clip went viral overnight, garnering millions of views across the globe. Messages poured in from fellow Filipinos, from dreamers across Asia, and from people everywhere who had been touched by his performance. On social media, fans dubbed him, the voice of Quezon City, and, the Golden Dreamer. His song, City of Dreams, was streamed, shared, and sung by children in schools and choirs worldwide. Record labels reached out, international celebrities praised him, and suddenly, the boy who once sang to the stars above Manila was now becoming a star himself. But for Rafael, the greatest reward wasn't fame. It was knowing that his song had given hope to others who struggled as he once did. That in every note, every lyric, he carried his people with him. Months later, standing in the AGT finals, Rafael once again performed, City of Dreams, this time with a full orchestra, a choir of children behind him, and millions watching live. When he finished, Simon Cowell stood once more and said the words that echoed around the world. Rafael Santiago, you are living proof that dreams, no matter how far, can come true. And tonight, you just made America, and the Philippines, fall in love with you. And as the applause thundered and the stage lights shone brighter than ever, Rafael looked up, whispered a quiet prayer of thanks, and smiled. Because for a boy from Quezon City, the City of Dreams was no longer just a song. It had become his life.